of those two will happen when I don't sleep.
See mama.
Fun's not win as long as you got that. Nice, nice. As long as you got the what? Yeah. Jackie! You look tense.
Look like you just ran a marathon. Something happened?
100% game called Cyberpunk.
Still sweat like
Could
a
you
roasted
imagine?
pig when I talk to my mom. Can't help herself.
Yeah, I sweat like a pig when I talk to your mum too.
Checking to see if I'm not rotting in some dumpster, like most of the Wells boys. It's really starting to wear on me.
More man, just because you're a family of garbage men, that's fine.
More I feel like I'm straight up lying.
Sorry, garbage humans.
But that's done after tomorrow. Afterlife.
And now, Sean, you have a great night, dude.
Yeah.
Hopefully, well, the plan is, by the time you now next, like, wake up, I shouldn't still be streaming. I should have gone to bed myself.
We have arrived. The major leagues.
Does not get any higher, chum. And you know something else?
What?
You fucking earned it, mano.
Yeah.
Ready to get your cherry popped? Yeah, come on.
Hey, has my character genuinely not had sex? He's got like the world's largest penis.
Place used to be a morgue. Later then.
Later, Jackie.
Place used to be a morgue.
Your mum used to be a morgue.
Really, Jackie?
What? Gotta take a piss?
Yeah.
Really, Jackie?
What?
Told you that myself.
What? Oh, for reals? Ah, shit.
Hey, this already looks like a few clubs I've genuinely been to.
And who are you clowns?
My name is V. This is Jackie W.
This is Jackie Wells.
Oh. Is that supposed to sound
Oh,
familiar?
it will, Emmerich.
It will soon. We're here to see Dex.
Yo, Dex. Got two live ones saying they're here to see you. Yeah?
We are alive.
Alright then. Says he needs a second or two.
Masturbate.
Go get yourselves drinks or something.
Way ahead of you, viejo.
Dance for me, boy. Dance. Alright, how you doing?
I'm collecting knees. I got 7.
Stay the fuck away from my knees, you piece of shit. Jesus Christ. What is the future? Do you want my knees too?
What's up in the big world?
Knees.
Show of force.
You guys are terrible at pool. You're not even holding the cues.
Want to show everyone?
What are you doing? You're not a hologram. Oh, hello. Huh. Right, okay. Someone said to bite their arm off.
You know, army surplus as compensation.
Hey,
Grab a seat. Be with you in a sec.
Yeah?
Okay.
Heart of Night City. That's it right there.
What chair do I have to sit on?
Hear it? Can you
Oh, there,
imagine?
okay.
looks like we're up.
Hey, you see that old lady there? That's
Which one?
Rogue. Best fixer in
Oh, shit,
all
from
of
the
Night
X-Men.
City.
Thought Dex was the best.
Rogue was lining up jobs
Hey,
when
it's
Dex
Elvis.
was still shitting in diapers. Place belongs to
Hi, Claire.
her.
What can I get you?
You order.
2 tequila old fashions with a splash of cerveza and a chili garnish.
Alright.
Duo of Johnny Silverhands coming up.
A Jew of Johnny Silverhands. I wonder what that could allude to. I don't know there's a character
Somebody
called
did their
that in
homework.
this.
Looks like the dog ate mine.
My
Age-old
dog once
tradition.
pissed on my
Drinks
homework.
are named after our regulars.
Once I mean, shot one. Yeah.
How long's the afterlife been around? Half a century?
Longer. Don't know by how much though.
That'd be the oldest club in Night City.
And the most respected. Don't forget that, Ben.
Johnny's still far for you? Are we talking hours, Gil?
Say I wanted a drink named after me. What would I have to do?
Snuff it. Mind-blowingly spectacular fashion. Mid-op would be best.
There's about an hour or so of gameplay from this
Beautiful
point, you think?
tradition.
Until the end of the thing, because that's fine. That's what I was hoping for, roughly.
To Night City.
And the afterlife. Ha ha!
Who else can I drink here?
All on the menu.
Except there's a spot missing. Morgan Blackhand, right?
It's true. Morgan's yet to make up his mind if he's
Morgan
dead or
Blackhand,
still
eh?
kicking.
Nobody knows what happened to him. Think he's still alive? It's
Don't
been
know.
years.
All I know is the alcohol in this
Why
city is
not?
crazy
Rock and roll.
strong.
Peaked from that era, a species unto themselves.
Right?
Guess dying's a small price to pay for going down in history.
I live like a legend first, though, huh?
Oh my god, he didn't even move his lips.
It's nothing but the final flourish.
Flourish. That's the word I was trying to
by
think
the
of
way,
earlier.
Name's Jackie Wells. You want to write down my recipe?
Sure.
Shot of vodka on the rocks, lime juice, ginger beer. Oh, and most importantly, a splash of love.
Ugh. I don't want to drink that.
I'll remember that.
Wait, it's
Heard
Blade.
you were Dex's latest finds.
Just biz, no big deal.
Mr. Dishon, see you
Jack's a
now.
regular. You come here a
Fuck
lot.
you, Blade. I'm talking to Claire.
A sort of long hiatus, matter of fact. Didn't show his face for nearly 2 years.
Tomcat's gotta walk his own path, right?
Yeah, well, wherever he walked, he knocked a few pounds off.
Guess they weren't delivering that pizza I mentioned before.
Right.
How do you know?
My job to know.
Never heard of a
Around.
fella called Jackie.
How do you think mercs earn their
I know
reps?
Jackie Shallard.
Gossip
He was
rivaling
a
that
bass
school
player
girls,
and
that's how.
songwriter. There was a
Break a
baseball
leg.
player, I think, like Jackie
Thanks.
Masses. Was that like a American rugby player or a American stickball player? One of those two. I think there was one out. But yeah, it's not. I don't think it's too common. I once knew this girl and her dad's name was Marilyn.
Huge.
That one threw me
Girl?
for a loop. His name
Same
was
here.
Marilyn.
No, in the ring.
It's definitely usually a female name, yeah. One of my mum's best mates was called Jackie, actually.
Jiu-jitsu.
So whenever I see that, I hear stickball, yeah, you know, where you throw the little ball and you throw it at the stick. Sometimes it hits the stick. It's pretty cool. Sometimes it doesn't, and then it's like, what happens? No one really knows. Thank you, Blade.
That's right, Excelsior.
Excelsior.
Cold hard eddies as per usual.
No,
Got
oh,
it
no
now.
affiliation. There we go. Alright, it's an odd little room, hey.
Well, if it ain't Mr. V.
Hey,
Whole family in one place. Ha! Finally.
First
Put my
time
suit
in real
on.
space.
oh, hold up.
Flathead.
How's it I look at my suit? I think if I go invent... Yeah, there we go. Ooh, look at that suit. Do a little spin. Yeah, that's pretty tight, pretty tight.
Let's see this bad boy.
Alright, hang on. I'll take that first. Alright. There we go.
Alright then. Set your butts down comfy.
Thanks for your help back at the scav haunt.
A few Reapers less in the city. Good thing.
City Hall should be fucking thanking us.
Also, man, the character design on this is great. Like, especially like Jackie and like Dex there. They look fucking awesome.
Sweet booth. It's soundproof?
Jackie.
Now, Mr. Wells.
Is it
right.
soundproof?
We're gonna be going over some sensitive material. But if it's alright with y'all, I'd like to start with a question for Mr. V.
Sure.
Evelyn Parker, how'd you fare?
Couldn't
Yeah.
have gone better.
I'm gonna rat her
In
out.
fact, she liked me so much, she made me another offer.
Another offer?
Maybe I shouldn't have said that, but hey ho.
Kind where we ditched the middleman and split the pot in even 50-50.
What?
Ditch the middleman?
That's you.
Shit, now that's
Shit.
Clients never learn, do they?
No, silly buggers.
I do appreciate you sharing this info, though, Mr. V. You see, trust
I should have said that. I'm gonna get
is
stitches now.
essential in any
I don't mean to be a
partnership that's
snitch.
to be long-lasting and fruitful.
Her friend was actually quite helpful.
Thought you'd be pissed that you'd lose it.
Lived in NC too long to blow my top every time some amateur thinks they can take me for a ride. Parker ain't the first, and sure as hell won't be the last.
Fair enough.
Appreciation don't convert to eddies. And Evelyn offered us a bunch.
He's telling it like it is, Dex.
Y'all need not worry. Truly. We'll come to that.
Okay, well, let's go for the job
How
quick.
about we go over the plan? What you got for us, Dex?
This.
Well, here goes nothing.
Alright.
Me and Dex have already covered the fine deeds. Ops-wise, should be a stroll on the beach.
Elaborate. I want to hear it.
A Delamain will drop your asses at the front door of Konpeki Plaza.
Okay.
You'll stroll right in thanks to your false identities.
And our lovely suits.
Then, with Bug's help, you'll breach the hotel subnet.
Okay.
Mine and the Flatheads help.
That subnet's just
Last but
below
not
the main
least,
net,
You
usually.
slip into Yorinobu's penthouse and clep the relic.
Right, cool.
Goes without saying, we do this on the hush. Ideally, no bodies. Not a one.
You'll have T-Bug on comms for the duration. Time for your burning questions.
What cream do I need for that burning?
How do we get in the penthouse?
Yorinobu's got barely any muscle. Hardest part will be penthouse security. If we want to disable, we'll need to neutralize Konpeki's dweller. Elite runner monitoring the hotel subnet 24/7. Only catch is there's no way to get
Jackie
in the
got
dweller's
ants in his
den from the
pants and he needs
outside.
to dance.
Hold on. How you want us to get inside a room you can't get into?
Trust me when I say whatever hit you think of, T-Bug solved it already.
This is where the Flathead comes in. You'll have to get him in the ventilation shaft, guide him to the dweller, and force the dweller to take a break.
Okay.
Flathead will stay there, jacked into the dweller. But thanks to that, I'll be able to roll out your red carpet into the penthouse.
Anything else?
Sure, 3 more things. Well, no, 2 more, I guess, actually.
These new identities. Tell us more. What's our cover?
Hello, Ramon Victorino. And you're Harry Conwell.
Oh, okay.
Ramon? Yeah, okay. What do we say we're there for?
Biz as usual. Corpo arms deal. In case anyone asks, you there for a bogus meeting with Arasaka's defense rep, Hajime Taki. Anything else?
And then...
Transport's a Delamain.
Primus Cab Company in All Night City. Nada mal.
Deshaun don't ever work with anyone but the best. I consider Delamain just that.
Yeah, who needs creepy, nosy cab drivers when you've got a clean AI to get you from point A to B in style?
Yeah, sure.
And how he bags a permit to operate every year is still a mystery.
If everything goes as planned, Delamain will drop you back here. If things get sticky, he'll head for the safe house.
Okay.
Which is?
The no-tell motel. Quiet,
Say
no
what?
questions asked. Make our next move from there. But I'm flat certain that won't be necessary. Anything else?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, feel brought up to speed.
Perfect.
I got a question. When do we get to the real reason we're all here?
Now's a good time as any. Fresh talent gets 30% always. But I'm willing to make an exception in your case. I'm gonna cut you a nice juicy 40 as a bonus for your honesty, V.
Oh, isn't that nice?
That's more like it, Dex.
Ka-ching, baby.
Last thing, Konpeki's got a strict no-iron policy. Security gates, the works. So you dogs will leave your lead spitters in the ride. Take the Flathead inside in its case.
Got some deft suits,
Okay.
so you'll look the part too.
Oh shit, I never bought a melee weapon.
Thanks, Steve.
God damn it, I remember
So,
being back
not to
there and
count
that was the main
chickens,
aim.
but why don't
Shit.
we see our eddies?
All depends how Miss Parker avails herself of her role. But a week, 2 tops is my guess.
What do we do while waiting? Sit around, suck air?
That's usually
You
what I do
sit
when I'm
tight,
waiting.
heads down, because old Uncle Arasaka be watching. Now, as that old Greek dog says, life's a banquet, so don't go thirsty, but don't get drunk either. Your chariot awaits outside.
Get tipsy, basically.
My cue to Delta 2. Gotta prep to jack in. Be there when you come on comms. Any other issues? Now's your chance.
What's your story about you and Dex there,
You and
T-Bug?
Dex know each other a while.
Why?
You know, peeps say all kinds of things.
Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Marcus Aurelius, I think.
You and Dex, both philosophizing. No wonder you get along.
What are your thoughts on the plan, though?
Plan. What's your take?
Enough, I hope, to put me in a luxury Cretan villa from which I'll never set foot in cyberspace again.
Promise to send me a postcard?
No offense, but I'm gonna burn any and all bridges. Need a clean break.
Alright.
I'm good. No questions.
Let's get to work.
Yeah. Huzzah!
So you ready to get going or what?
Yeah, I guess so. Let's go.
Let's roll. No point in waiting.
In getting rich, you mean?
Yeah, boy.
Welcome on board this Delamain service. With
Oh, these
Delamain,
were suited and booted
you
as well
leave
now.
your problems
Nice.
at the door.
Son of a bitch. Better fucking believe I will.
I see no reason why you should be using expletives.
Cunt
yeah?
face.
What about that time I wanted to hire you for my cousin's bachelor party, huh?
Unfortunately, we do not take on such contracts.
3 months I'd been saving up scratch. Water under the bridge. Hit it, Del.
Before we begin our journey, I must verify the identities of all customers. Please proceed to connect your personal links.
Let's do this.
Thank you. Excelsior package.
Excelsior!
activated.
Excelsior? Oh, this just keeps getting better.
Excelsior.
The Excelsior
Oh, this is a driverless car,
package
nice.
tailored to our premium clientele.
Top quality don't come free, you know. Now watch.
What am I watching?
Delamain, initiate combat mode.
My apologies, but you do not appear to be in any sort of imminent
Uh-huh.
danger.
Huh. Oh well. Trust me. You'll mow down an army of Saka ninjas if it comes down to it.
That's good to know.
Excelsior.
What was that
else is
screaming I
included?
just heard?
Comprehensive health coverage, including the handling and disposal of a client's remains should death occur on board.
Damn. Shit got dark pretty quick.
You're right.
This combat mode even legal?
Of course it is. The Second Amendment says so.
Well, if
While
it says so.
on board, you are entirely within your rights to bear.
It's
and
creepy that
use-
he's got his eyes up in the mirror, man. Why do we need that?
Dex ain't skimping, is he?
And thanks to you, we're still getting a juicy 40%.
Yeah, boy.
You're welcome.
Excelsior. This is how you want to cruise into the major leagues.
That really your be-all and end-all?
Huh?
Dex managed to buy you off that cheap? With a suit?
I didn't mean to go hard on Jackie.
Come
Don't
on,
be a
Jack.
dick.
Kinda feels like you're losing that steel grip of yours.
Huh. Seems to me like it's you who's got some kind of problem.
Me too. You're chill, don't worry.
Never mind. Delete that. Forget about it.
Forget it, day.
And forgotten.
We are nearing our destination.
Madres V. This is the most important day of my fucking life.
I hope Jackie doesn't die here. I like Jackie.
Hey, how's things?
Smooth as fucking sandpaper.
We'll be, pulling up to the hotel
Jackie's gonna
soon.
die. Jackie's
Listen,
gonna die.
Set
I
up
can
a
feel it.
direct encrypted line to guide you through Konpeki. V, ring Jackie now, see if we're in sync. Can't be too careful.
Oh, shit.
And?
Got static. Say something, Bug.
The greatest crimes issue from a desire for excess and not from necessity.
Say what now?
Aristotle. Guess you read me then.
Yeah, I read you. Not so much your Greek friend. Though it was kind of exciting.
Yeah, right.
Could give it some thought. Try to understand. How about you, V?
Let's have
I
some
want
more
more
Aristotle.
Fuck off, both.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's my favorite
Check it out,
Aristotle
looks like.
passage.
Será mejor que sí.
Stay in touch.
Thank you for choosing the Delamain service.
Thank you for
and
having
best
us.
of luck. I shall await here for your return.
Sounds good, buddy. We'll see you later, Charles
Finally
Xavier.
happening.
He kind of looks more
Almost
like
forgot,
Dr.
no
Manhattan,
hire.
but just, you know, albino Dr. Manhattan. With a suit on.
All right, Harry. Let's go.
Night City, as
Hold on. Let me grab the flathead.
Nice. Alright. Let's go, buddy. Most important day of your life, Jackie. Don't die.
We're out front, Bug.
Member, reservations in your
Also,
name, Ramon.
I'm not walking faster than Jackie. Has this game actually made a game where you walk at the same speed as the NPCs?
Got this.
About fucking time, but amazing. Cyberpunk finally did it. They made it so NPCs walk at the same speed as you.
Welcome to Konpeki Plaza. Please come through single file.
That's crazy. That's so good. It's so annoying how like games don't do that. I can't believe Cyberpunk's actually done it. Thank fuck. I don't know why everybody doesn't.
Hold on. Got something. Sir, care to explain why you're bringing a combat bot onto Konpeki Plaza premises?
I don't intend to explain myself to you or anyone else.
Actually, we have rules, see? And they say you have to.
To run the NPC runs too. Oh really? That's fucking awesome.
Taki-san, am I right?
Oh wow, look how shiny that dude is.
Please, accept my apologies for the confusion.
This should only take a moment, sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah, best go ahead. Whoa. Whoa. He's shiny. It's made of gold. I love gold.
Yokoso. Greetings and
konnichiwa.
welcome to Konpeki Plaza.
She loves gold too.
We'd like to check.
Are they all gold?
Of course. Just a
That would be
moment,
fucking
please.
terrifying.
The name on the reservation is
Victorino.
C-3PO.
double room, 2 adults, 1 night, correct?
It makes him look even
the
more like the
one.
dweeb when all the others actually look
Perfect.
like normal
I'll
humans.
go ahead
Just
and
gold.
notify Taki-san of your arrival.
Thank you. That's
Shit, no
much
good.
appreciated.
Not part of the plan. Talk her up, V. Stall.
Oh, would you like
That
to see
won't
my
be
butt?
necessary. We'll go freshen up first. Notify him ourselves.
But Taki-san is expecting you, no?
No.
Senorita, do you know how long we've been traveling? 18 hours from New Barcelona.
Yeah, that's even further than old
Delay
Barcelona.
on Medikey because some cyberpsycho blew himself into bits inside the terminal.
It happened,
Oh,
yeah,
a
yeah.
nightmare.
Of course, I understand.
Do you? Because you made of gold.
You'll be in the Lapis
Might be
Lazuli
have
suite
gold
on
poisoning?
level 42. Oh, one more little formality.
Sure.
Please validate your SID chip.
Is that here?
Honor's all yours, Harry.
Alright. Did you like my nail polish, by the way, lady?
Everything seems to be in order. We wish you a pleasant stay.
Wish you a
Thank you.
pleasant working
Better
day.
get going.
Yeah, let's go, Jackie. Oh, hello. What are you doing?
New Barcelona, really?
It's called improvising. You should try it. What do you think, Harry? Quaint, cozy. Not like the hotel we had in Zurich for that convention.
Don't need that, Jack. Enough.
What? I'm taking this seriously.
Yeah, you're having fun with it. Oh, look at these Zen gardens. That's cool.
I did not seduce.
That's a nice Zen garden, man. So if I do that. Ah, see, yeah, look at that. Dude's like, alright, I didn't realize we're in a rush. Whoa.
Bar don't look too shabby.
Welcome to Konpeki Plaza.
Hi.
We don't do reservations weekdays, so feel free to grab any available table.
Jackie kind of looks. He looks a bit like Robert De Niro.
Bring
I've only
Misty
just
here
really
one
clocked
day.
it, but he does.
When we,
He's got a Robert De
close
Niro-esque
this
look
deal.
about him.
Wouldn't hurt to take a peek inside.
Shit. Looks like some fucking traveling salesman with this case. Going upstairs.
Embargo. How does it fucking concern me?
I don't know you,
The
so
garage
let's
I
keep it that way.
Oh wow.
20 late model
Just
Taycan.
who are you anyway?
No.
No one wants to talk to me.
Hello?
I can let the cube thing slide, but not Nairobi.
Farida, I didn't have anything to do with.
You did. You're turning the city into a goddamn neurovirus test tube. That's hurting my investments. And when my bottom line hit, I hit the market. Maybe toss a few bombs here and there. Shake it up. Is that what you want?
No. I could relocate the factories.
No fucking shit
How
up.
much time do I have?
As long as it takes me to finish my drink. And I drink fast, so you better grab that phone.
It's going down. You gonna do anything? It sounds like corruption and shit. I'm guessing I don't need to talk to you about that.
ブレインダンスはダメだと思うんだよな。単
Just press number change.
純な表現しかできてないから。笑いといえばコメディだし、今日の恋愛はラブロマンスじゃん。
And when I say heads are gonna roll, I don't mean it as a fucking turn of phrase.
Had enough, guy? Don't you think? Making the other customers uncomfortable.
Yeah, right. I feel well uncomfortable.
Good, because this affects them too. It'll slap everyone in the face.
Yeah.
What's gonna slap everyone?
You want to know what a bearer of bad news looks like?
Sure.
What's 400 yards long, weighs 100,000 tons, and is nuclear powered?
Giant nuclear
the
whale?
answer's docked in the bay.
Giant nuclear whales in the bay?
Arasaka decided to take a little vacation.
Big deal.
Don't know how big just yet. And by the time we do, it'll be too late.
Oh.
Screw this. I'm gonna get some sleep.
It's Colossus. Alright, mate. How you doing?
Evening.
How's the X-Men?
What
We've
can
had
I get
Rogue
you?
already. What do you got? What are you selling?
Let's see what you got.
Of course.
Where are you headed?
A Bosch, a Manet, 2 Basquiat miniatures, nothing but classics. All sucked out into the empty void of space through a
No
hole
way.
in the station's body.
Everyone who's anyone in Night City will be there. On my yacht.
Even your ex confirmed. She's gonna be there.
Bartolomeo Mordellini.
Why is she in Night City?
She's a prostitute.
Promoting her new movie. Already raked $2 billion at the box office. I suggested that gave her the idea. The whole spherical cigarette.
Get a
thing.
job.
All the more reason you should come then. As a co-initiator.
I am
of
sorry,
her
but
rise, her
which
success.
street is
Just leave your iron at home.
Fuck
you.
Some of us got no time to chat.
I want to talk to Homelander here. Who's saying? Alright, just because you're on the boys now, you don't have to act all high and mighty. I just want to say hello. What's your deal?
What do you want?
I don't know. I want to know why there was an optional thing for being in here. Oh, that's ended now. Alright, let's go to the elevator.
Did you put something in my drink?
Huh. That guy got roofied. Happily? After 7 hours, you're 5% done with the game. Damn. Yeah, that's pretty nuts, hey? Oh, Jesus. I'm terrifying. Janitor, hey? So AI hasn't taken that over yet, that sucks.
Зая, ты же помнишь, как мы тестировали эту технику на наших? Заражение под Новоиркутском они брали. Про аварию на Бакунинской...
Oh, look at this room.
Pretty snazzy.
What's this?
But we ain't staying the night.
Can we? Can we, Jackie? Jackie, can we stay, please? Just one night, Jackie.
Now you fire up the flathead and find the shaft entrance.
Sounds simple enough.
Hollow view.
Simplicity sometimes toughest to master.
Well, we got show bed.
Aurelius, Aristotle. Who's it this time?
Yours truly. That one's mine.
Where's the shaft?
Boot up your scanner. Look around.
There it is.
Got a winner.
Good. Jackie, how's the flathead looking?
All set.
I saw the hologram go through.
Charge it 100.
Whoa, what the fuck happened there?
Just gonna stand there and look at it? Gonna have to switch to manual control.
What's that glitching about?
Surveillance covered the whole hotel.
Mm-hmm. Even the bedrooms and the suites.
Guests don't care?
You'd be surprised what people are willing to give up to
Should
feel
pass the first
secure.
score of the mission after 30 minutes. Yeah, I need to stop just randomly chatting to people like that. There's just so much cool stuff to look at, man. You know, like,
Why do I got slotted in?
it's insane the level of detail. The fact that they've like had us going from new part to new part to new part, and it's all like
Just do it, bro. There.
that's
Ain't got all
badass.
day. Here.
Here goes.
Captain is here. Yeah, me too. I'm really digging it. I really am, man.
A little disoriented, but don't freak.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, oh hello.
Okay, got a clear view.
Like, yeah, I quite often will find like some games will get me kind of addicted for it, but like usually not this long at this time of night. I'm usually well about wanting to go to bed.
Any and all penalties assessed.
This isn't about the money. It's election season. How do you think this will make me look? People start saying I've lost control of Watson, district I'm from.
A week. That's all we can promise you.
We will try. And that is all I can promise you.
Might have just fucked up there. I just told it to go to like the first thing it could. Oh, hello. How you doing? Terrarium panel here. And Narrows, mate, thank you for joining me, dude. You've been here for a long old time. You've been a trooper yourself. Yeah, you have a great one and enjoy your sleep, man. I'll see you soon, I'm sure. I'll sit here and watch for the rest, but I'm knackered. Yeah, fucking A, Gil. I'm going to be passing out as soon as I can as well.
Housekeeper who finds him. Note inside said, "Sorry for the mess." There was blood everywhere.
Bug, got a
But at least
hitch.
she left a tip.
What now?
Am I the only one who just gets puke and used condoms?
Gotta distract her. Let's see what's on the subnet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very much enjoying this so far. And the good thing is, like, yeah, like,
Terrarium's got a temp and air quality control.
Who? Cream, yeah. Stick the flathead on it.
but yeah. Oh, fuck, what was I going to say? I can't even remember now. Fuck me.
Senor Noble Arasaka. Men like him are all.
Oh yeah, that was going to say. At least once I've watched the prelude, I know I can watch anybody who's not got to that part yet. I can actually watch them. I'm looking forward to watching people play this as well, for sure. Because you just be able to sit there and really take in all the sights rather than guiding it. I think that'd be a lot of fun too.
Cat. Something's up with the tank.
Hey, Bug, it worked.
Ain't seen nothing yet.
You got any idea how much those things cost?
Keep moving. No time for back patting.
Is it just invisible or some shit? Like, what's it look like that? Oh shit. Hey, little buddy. There you go. Oh shit, where am I now?
Okay.
Dweller's just beyond the door. Flathead can jimmy the lock.
Most players should beat the main story of Cyberpunk 2077 in around 45 to 50 hours. Players who rush may even be able to reach one of the game's endings within 30 to 40 hours. However, for players who like to explore and do side content, playtimes can vary from anywhere to 70 to 100 hours. Some it's about 50 hours. I reckon I'll probably go much higher if I'm just looking at every little detail. But I'm looking forward to seeing, because I mean, if there is multiple endings, I would really like to try doing it in a Nomad style and doing it in like the Corpo style and shit, you know? That'd be cool. Like, I definitely want to try and do the other ones, whereas usually, I mean, I say that with every game that has alternate stuff, but, and depending how long this one actually takes, maybe I'll think differently, but.
Okay, he's at it.
Now toggle over to the other cam.
Dweller's inside.
Just as planned.
Still weird the hotel's only got one runner.
Decent Dweller's as good as a dozen rank and file.
Flathead ought to be able to neutralize it.
Good thinking. Let me graft a demonoid onto your link. And you know you gotta jack the Flathead directly into his chair, right?
Make it sound like I'm new at this.
Okay. Hey, sent. He's up. You'll have to get the Flathead in there first, though.
Okay.
Shaft may link both rooms, looks like.
Let's figure it out.
Now toggle over to the other cam.
Might have found our way in.
Send the Flathead over there, then toggle over to the second cam.
Go on to it, buddy. And there's our little buddy.
Flathead into
Nice.
the chair, V. Jack in.
So netrunners are people that try and like disrupt us, aren't they? They try and like hack into us and shit. I think they're just like super spy type people, robots.
Got him! Love those demons.
Flathead stays,
those
right?
demons.
To keep an eye on the Dweller, yeah. Punching into Konpeki's main net. You go ahead and log out.
Okay.
Así es como se hace.
Uh-oh.
How you feeling?
Oh, we're bugging out.
Fine. A little dizzy, that's all.
Bug, how you doing on time?
Oh, I'd left that on as well. That probably didn't help.
You there, Bug?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, she's bugging out too.
Listen, ice is thicker than I thought. Piercing it'll take a couple hours.
Couple hours? Can't do it any faster.
Nah, and if I paid this much for a hotel, I wouldn't want this like ghastly like industrial view.
Thanks. I will.
I suppose you just look at your fish.
V, you take it easy, okay? Rest up a bit.
Level up. Okay, let's try and remember to keep doing these. So I am gonna go for. I mean, there is a lot of quick hacking stuff you have to do. I'm gonna go for cool as well. I haven't really focused much on that one. All right. There's insane amounts of upgrades. Insane amount. How each of these have all of these and like 2 or 3 different menus, man. It's fucking nuts. It really is. So much shit. Increase damage from combo attacks. Blunt weapons increase damage from strong attacks. Blunt weapon increase armor by 50% when blocking with a blunt weapon. Haven't really been fighting with a weapon yet. Reduce recoil of guns and shotguns. Athletics. Increase carrying capacity. Increase max stamina. Increase max health. Max stamina helped me fight for longer, but I haven't really found anything that's made me. It's hard to fight at the moment yet. Done some handgun stuff. I've been using my handguns a lot, so maybe this is the good one to use. Oh, increases to headshot damage multiplier. Alright, we've been getting a few headshots. We'll roll with that. Oh yeah, we got a few we can do. Increase movement on sneaking, increase damage dealt when sneaked weapons. Allows you to throw knives, allows you to perform non-lethal area ones. I think moving quicker while sneaking will be a good one. Increase resistance. Defeating an enemy, gain cold blood for 10 seconds. Don't even know what it is. What is cold blood? It's like warm blood, I guess, but cold. Gain more components when disassembling. Junk items are automatically assembled. Reduces damage taken from explosives. Actually, yeah, when they're thrown, we can actually see what's going to blow up on their face. Sounds good. Alright. And how we wait for 45 minutes like this. A few hours later.
What do you think? Why'd you give it all up?
Who gave what up?
Yorinobu Arasaka. The good life, I mean. Old news, I know.
You got bored.
Got to thinking's all.
It's not going to be a fish tank.
Think. You got everything,
Or just some like terrarium.
Eddies.
I don't see any fish in it.
Your pops can snap his fingers and turn half the fucking planet into a nuclear wasteland.
There's like 5 things with 3 categories each. Yeah, man. It's nuts. Like, I think the idea is, yeah, you play the fuck out of this. But I think that's it. I was planning to do most of it on stream. I think I'll try and do the main missions on stream still. But I'll probably do a lot of the side missions and all of that sort of stuff. I will probably do that, a lot of that off stream, just, you know,
I need to care about some
when you're chilling kind of thing.
Street kid fantasies.
Must have been a who, huh? I'm Yorinobu Arasaka. Would you folks like to join my gang? poser with court protection. And that name too, Steel fucking Dragons. Oh man, a wannabe Gangoon's wet dream.
Got bored of being rich and then got bored of playing tough.
Fucking tourist.
Tourist or not, he just walked into the lobby.
Oh shit.
And
Oh
we are
shit.
back in biz. Penthouse security is neutralized.
Good. Search your mama.
Perfecto. Let's start the show. Hey, Bug. We're,
Bug.
that whole time?
3.5 hours.
Wow.
About that stick up the ass.
Mean the one up mine?
Slip of the tongue, you know?
I know.
Get him.
Now's your chance to make up to me.
Got it, Jackie. Oh, you's in trouble now. What's this shit? What's this floating shit about? Clean your air. Goldilocks. Haha. Damn, level 100 Tavernier Suite. We're going to the Tavernier Suite.
There's the awkward silence. You, wanna hear a joke?
Sure.
Now? Seriously?
Okay. So why'd the Rocker Boys output kick him out of the apartment?
I don't know. Why did the Rocker Boys out and kick him out of the
Wasn't
apartment?
chipping in.
Jesus Christ.
Guess you had to be there.
Not bad being heir to the Arasaka Empire. Sure as shit better than being a son of Raoul
Guys,
Wells.
focus. The safe. And make it quick.
Why? What's the rush?
Sigon Yorinobu's gone dark.
What is he, a fucking sorcerer?
Some kind of dead zone's my guess. Have it back in a sec. And you do your damn job.
I always wanted to see what was in this room before.
Bingo! Got something ejected. Come here, V.
Just want to make sure I'd nicked everything I could quickly. Sweet, sweet.
What now?
Jack in your personal and make us rich.
On it.
Alright, let's get rich. Bitch.
Your turn, Bug.
Give me 2.
1, 2. Uh-oh.
We got winged visitors. Bug.
Don't know who, but staff's abuzz. All 200 on their feet can't keep still.
Can't say I like this.
But do you dislike it?
How much longer, T?
We're gonna be so rich, it's
Yorinobu's
worth it.
penthouse bound.
Fuck him! Open the safe!
Almost got it. Done.
Preem.
Go. Primo.
Let me look to this, huh?
Relic intact?
Bioshard integrity, 100%.
Alright.
Guessing that's a yes.
Good, let's go.
Alright, shit about to get topsy-turvy, I'm sure.
Fuck, too late. Yorinobu's about to walk in. Find cover.
Where?
That pillar, try that.
Fucking kidding!
No! Inside it, now!
Inside the pillar.
We're in.
Which don't solve our problem.
It's pretty cool.
I fucking know our problem's still there. Let me think for a sec, okay?
Yeah, the slang's pretty cool.
Smasher.
Bodyguard.
Preem is like primo thing, you know. You instantly went upstairs too, right? Yeah, because you wouldn't let us up there before when we were doing the camera thing, and I really wanted to adventure up there.
They approach from the landing
I should have done it before they came in the
What are they
room.
talking about?
I should have gone up there before we actually went to the safe and shit.
No fucking way. This isn't happening. Saburo Arasaka?
The Emperor. Yet another ass-licking legend.
Josh. This could be soundproof.
I do really like how they set this sort of shit up as well, like the cutscene almost stuff. Like, it feels a lot more interactive. Like, you know, you kind of want to check on what your compadres are doing and shit.
Oh, fuck.
Your mum's got a penis. Oh shit, I'm missing all the subtitles. Fuck. See you, nuts.
Close. Too close. If he'd have sniffed us out, but he didn't. No kayate.
See you, Robocop.
Unfucking believable. Sapporo Arasaka.
Yeah, right. And he's not even got his world famous ping pong bats with him. He's a ping pong champion. Subtitle generation 2. Man, I love how it changes into it, almost like it's a chip in his head that's well, that is it, isn't it? The chip is able to like convert everything for him, and because of it, it does it for us. It's great.
どうしてここへ直々に俺に屈辱を合わせ立場を思い知らせるためにか
Yeah, man, it's so cool. You want to get this, but your map progress work would really slow down dramatically. Mike, just do what I said to Validus earlier. Just do a Cyberpunk level, fuck it. Luke did one, didn't he? Just do a Cyberpunk level. That way, you're buying the game and playing it for research. And you got to put a good 100 hours gameplay research in before you can really make a good map, you know? So, I mean, think about how long you've looked or been to New York before you made a New York map. Got to do the same as Cyberpunk. But yeah, man, honestly, like, I've been playing it for 7.5 hours. I highly rate this game already. I'm really fucking enjoying it. The pacing's so good in it as well. It keeps you going. There's so much rich stuff, and yet I know there is so much more to come. It makes you connect with the characters real quick as well. Like, I'm sure he'll die at some point in this game, and it's going to be heartbreaking. And that's it. That's it. You got to do your due diligence before working. Tired. Your dad called you a disappointment, basically. Said your mum would hate you. Oh Jesus. Careful, you're going to break the screen that we're hiding behind. There's so much more shit beyond this, right? That's it. Have a nice little nap. Yo, you see that, Jackie? It's about to... Yeah, right. I mean, not now, Jackie. It's a bit... We're in a bit of a problem, yeah. Game kicks off into 11 right now. Yeah, the music is definitely making me feel that. Also, it was never even a question whether or not I'd have song requests on during this. Like, no, the soundtrack in this has been so good so far. The fact it's fucking 8 AM and we're on this still. It's too late to give him a hug, mate. He's dead. He doesn't even have... He doesn't look like he's got, like, implants or anything, really. No, not more lockdown. I can't do a mission until lockdown's lifted. By you! You were the last one in the room with him. This is like Among Us level shit, man. Dude's like, oh, I just found a murdered body. Everyone's sus. And then these two are gonna be like, you were the last one in the room with him, dude. Yeah, man, they really do. Like, again, I was a bit worried about this game because I couldn't get into The Witcher 3. It looked amazing. Everything I should love about it was in the game, but I just couldn't get into it. Whereas this game, no question, grabbed me hard straight away. No, like, long amble to get into the game. You're just like... It has you interested enough in the beginning, purely just from the visuals and shit, and just builds and builds on it in such great ways. Shit is getting deep. I'm totally gonna take his dressing gown though, man. It looks decent. Emperor's dressing gown? Come now. He got poisoned, yeah, right.
What the fuck just happened in there?
Yeah, right, T-Bone?
Just offed Saburo.
What?
Yeah, look, see?
His own fucking pops.
know what this means? Security's gonna swarm the place any second. Oh my god, we're so fucked.
Okay.
Where's Yorinobu?
I don't know. I've lost cam links. Whole building's being put on lockdown.
Oh, we don't have guns either. I just remembered.
Window, now!
Eh.
Releasing the lock. Should see a ladder. Ladder. Oh, fuck. Oh, no, not now!
Come to, babe.
Bug!
Wait, do I actually have to scream down the mic? What a dick.
Fucking major leagues. Happy now, Jackie?
Come on, Jackie. Oh shit.
Jackie.
Oh shit.
Look down. Yep. That's fucking high. Shit. That trauma?
If they're here for Saburo, they're a little late.
This is Blade Runner shit, dude. This is awesome. Hello. Oh, I didn't want to jump there. Okay. Oh, fuck. Oh, Jesus. Oh, and we're dead. And we're dead. And we just spent all that time making our character for him to be dead now. Goodbye, our massive uncut penis.
Close one.
The relic. Madres. Oh, this ain't good.
Jackie, you're bleeding.
Worry about me later. Check the relic.
I can't lose you, Jackie.
Depressurized.
You're one of the few people who has a top knot that looks pretty cool still. That isn't already samurai. Do you mean?
Parker, call her.
Oh,
and tell her we fried the case.
The cutscene's still going.
Just do it.
Hey, Evelyn. Oh shit! Look at that picture. That's a scary ass fucking profile picture.
What the fuck's going on there?
Got a problem. Cryo case is damaged. Biochip's integrity at Jackie.
86%.
86% and dropping.
Shit. Okay, listen to me. There's only one thing you can do. One of you's got to slip the relic into your neural port.
Oh, I hope that's not a. I really hope that's not a euphemism.
Sound safe.
The longer you wait, the greater the risk we'll lose it.
Well, someone's got to do it.
Yeah, well, you're spilling claret everywhere, so I guess it's gonna have to be me.
En el nombre del Padre, del Hijo y del Espíritu Santo. Amen.
Oh, is he just getting straight for it himself? All right, fair. Oh, Jackie, baby. Please don't morph into a bad guy or die.
You okay?
No. I guess. Don't feel any different.
Once you're back, we'll take out the relic and run a full brain scan and sweep. But you two need to get the.
Why can't they just put it in their pocket?
We're working on it.
I know this is probably needed to be really safe on it, but.
Dell, we'll be there in a couple. Be ready. Got it?
Certainly, Mr. Wells.
Better be fucking certain.
Am I gonna get up? Yeah, here we go.
Reach the lobby. Only chance to hit the garage. And we best be quick.
This guy. Oh, what's all these things?
What I see. Great. Now let's get out of here.
He kind of reminds me of shit, I can't remember his name. The guy who's in Fear and Loathing plays the doctor. An NDA, sweet. Wow. So, it has to be pressurized or something unless it's in the membrane. Okay, that makes sense. I've done a lot of membrane studies in my day. I might as well steal everything quick. When are we going to be here next, you know? Hey, I can sell all this alcohol down at the club as well. We'll open our own club. You right, Jackie? Oh, I don't know where he's gone. He's maybe ahead of me already.
Careful now.
And there he is. I wanna be Jackie Onassis. I wanna wear a pair of dark sunglasses.
Attention. Code Red has been initiated throughout Konpeki Plaza. Please remain in your rooms and follow all instructions given by staff.
Unit 3 has located the Dweller and a combat bot, flathead model. Drones have encountered
Okay.
hazards on the penthouse level and opened fire. Yorinobu Arasaka has been evacuated from the premises. I repeat, Yorinobu Arasaka has been evacuated.
Hell's going on there?
Sound good.
What do we have here?
Oh, we got him. Nice.
Catch. Got it.
Okay, let me just quickly give myself the gun that we just picked up. Nice.
Watch it be. We got cams.
Did you check the Zen rooms?
All clear.
Nothing strange. Well, an goes to terrace damage. Then take another look.
Throughout Konpeki Plaza.
Can't quite pick that up. Oops, shit, wrong thing.
Surrender! V, they can spot you.
Well, I can't see them from here, buddy. You know. Let's do that one. Hopefully they go by around there.
Resistance is useless.
What the fuck are they saying? Oh, that's locked. I thought they were beads.
Attention. Code Red.
Oh shit. Well shit. Game on! Don't worry, I'll die and we'll have to redo this soon anyway. Oh, that's it! That's the amount of ammo! Overheat? What's that about? Oh shit. I don't have any more ammo. Oh fuck, it's blade. Ah! Okay. I might also have a pistol now. Yes. And okay, that's the same gun really.
It cannot be!
Oh fuck.
Point for you! Orale! We got up!
Can I not stand up? There we go. Oh, that's just yellow on the thing. I thought it was an interactable thing. Okay.
He attacked me!
Oh shit, hello. Oh no, that's my dude! That scared the shit out of me. Oh fuck.
Damn it! We're exposed!
Super exposed. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Jesus. Just pick up more guns. Yeah, I know. Why not just think of that before? Okay, we got a shotty now as well. Okay.
Please remain in your rooms and follow all instructions given by staff.
I'm under attack! Going down.
Chilling timber. Fuck me, I hit him with this from all the way down there. I quite like the cover system as well. Oh shit. Like if you're crouching near, it will automatically like tilt you so you can actually see around the corner. Hide? We're way past hiding, buddy.
Fucking hell! ¡Los hijos de la chingada también están aquí!
Please remain in your rooms and follow all instructions given by staff.
Oh shit, hello. So anyway, I just started blasting. Yeah, boy.
He's coming for me.
I really wanted that sugar. I ain't give a shit.
Like that. Take cover now.
The guy nearly blew himself up. He may even have just blew himself up. Oh shit. It's locked. God damn it. Hey, Jessa! How you doing today, dude? The auto peek pisses you off. That's because how are you controlling? Oh, right. Okay, fair. Honestly, dude, I am thoroughly fucking enjoying it. Like, I wasn't sure. I was a little worried. Like, I've been hopeful for the game for a long, long time. But I wasn't sure how good it would be because I wasn't too keen on The Witcher 3. Although, you know, by all rights, it should have been a good game. This has just been like balls to the wall from the beginning, basically. It's hitting peak awesomeness at the moment. But yeah, it's been dope. I would highly recommend this already to everybody. If you're wanting to and you've got the dough, just fucking go for it. It's awesome.
Just like that.
Oh shit, hello. There's a lot to learn on it as well. Like, there's a lot of different ways you play in the game as well, which has been quite cool so far. It's fresh. Welcome back, hats. Yeah, only $60. Yeah.
Guess that's all of them.
Whee! Oh, we gotta go this way now. Or do I? Wait. You got some sleep, but just played through the start and holy crap. Right, man. And no raise valid to dude, you get a great one and I will catch you soon, I'm very sure. And next time I speak to you, I'll probably be able to talk to you a bit more about all this shit as well, you know. But yeah, man, you get some sleep and you get yourself some shut-eye. I'm so tired as well, but I'm keeping playing this. I'm getting over this section and then I'll be heading to bed myself, basically. But yeah, have a lovely night, man. And I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, Hats, it is awesome. Maybe save up, drop hints to Jesse's kids maybe that they need to buy you a Christmas present, and why not be Cyberpunk? Doesn't matter that they might both be too young to actually buy it. It's probably an 18, right? But dude brought piss to a shit fight. Are you my buddy? Yeah, you're Jackie.
All cleaned up.
See that? He was speeding through there. To be fair, if you just listen to the soundtrack on YouTube, it'll still make you pretty hyped. I can't jump out of this. There we go. I'm hearing strugglings. What the fuck is going on with that dude? What am I waiting for? This dude.
Hey, got a sharded security clearance.
Right, let me just quickly check. Kids don't need to buy this. They don't need to, but it'd be nice, right? Cyberpunk's more important than bills, right? And I haven't. I started playing this at 12 midnight because that's when it came out, and yeah, we've been playing it since. But after updating it, it's definitely gonna be one of those games I'm gonna want to jump straight back on like every day. It's gonna be hard to fight it. Fuck me, look how many guns there are. I'm just gonna stick with what we got for now. Fuck it. And what was I actually gonna check here? I was gonna check something in my inventory. Probably the new guns or outfits, but fuck it. Gotta go now, calls. No worries, Jezza. It was lovely seeing you, my man. And hey, I hope when you get a chance to play this, you thoroughly enjoy it as I have. Have I not pressed the button yet? No. But yeah, you have a splendid one, man. And just know that you should hopefully thoroughly enjoy it once you get the time to actually get on it. Done too bad. Too well.
Years. And today,
150 years?
all fucking days.
He was 150 years old? That's crazy.
Like some divine comedy shit. Save your strength, Jackie. What do you think I'm doing?
Holding guns up in the air when you could just have it down by your side.
Sylvie, we'll get out alive.
You're dead. Please just stay that way.
Tell Bug, why don't you? Maybe she'd still be alive if we hadn't been so gung-fucking ho.
Oh, I didn't mean to be aggressive towards him.
Take this out on me.
People definitely live longer in Cyberpunk, yeah.
How the chips are falling.
Yeah, thinking about it, that dude was probably like around about our age then, the guy who lived to 150 there. That's pretty cool. Excuse me. Oh fuck. It's that goddamn dash.
They got grenades!
Grenades can't kill a man. Pistols are pretty fun, yeah, for real. Oh shit. Yeah, it's been my favourite one to use so far. I keep forgetting I have others, to be honest. Okay, that didn't do too much damage from long range, which is good, really. I mean... Okay, let's take a nice time for ourselves here. Nice peaceful moment. You're not supposed to kill that? Oh, really? Oh, really, girl? I'm not supposed to be a deadly machine of death. Well, I just can't help it.
Who's ready to party?
I'm not allowed to grab anything else. So there we go.
You're dead.
You're dead. You just ran away from that mech. I fucked him up, boy. I disabled his fucking power and shit, and he just shot the shit out of the cunt. That's how we do. Finding a lot of shards. Come on, Jackie, you slowpoke. Don't get inside, you tit. Jackie? Could you? Dildo.
I'm leaking a little.
You are, aren't you? But on the other side, look how nice this lighting is.
Attack him! Where'd that come from? Good question. No idea.
I advise that you waste no time in entering the vehicle.
Shit, I know I'm wounded. Oh fuck. Let's do that. Oh shit.
He's hit!
Oh fuck.
Target hit!
Poke your head up, you tit. I know I can probably just leave right now, but never leave a man behind. Never leave a man behind.
Delamain, gun it! We'll have problems if you don't fucking drive!
Oh shit, combat mode. Go combat mode.
Bad.
You can do combat mode.
How's our ride looking?
I'm carrying too much shit, it just told me.
Though alas, we are being pursued.
Oh, that's a robot. Adam Smasher, hey? Oh shit, straight up robot. Motherfucking robot monster.
A hostile enemy aircraft has a lock on us.
Leave it to me.
Hello.
I guess they just give up.
Pistol against this shit. Alright, Shotty seems pretty decent.
Phew. We did it, Jackie! We fucking made it!
I guess we did.
My medical diagnostics indicate that Mr. Wells's condition is critical.
Take us to Ripper Docks, now!
Apologies, but that will not be possible.
No, we can't lose Jackie.
Our itinerary has been pre-arranged and paid for
Buddy,
in
no.
advance. I am not at liberty to alter it.
Fuck your liberty! Do what I say!
It's okay, V. Oh, hold out.
Jackie's gonna die.
Try to keep Mr. Wells conscious.
It's gonna be alright, huh? You'll
No.
see Misty, your
No.
mom, everyone you love. Jackie, don't close your eyes.
Misty. I know. She always knew. Biochip.
What the fuck? What the fuck? He just put a gun in my head. No, Jackie. Fucking love Jackie as well. They made, like, I knew he would die because he's such a lovable character. He had no bad about him, no malice. Ah, that's wank. Fuck you, Cyberpunk. Jackie was our boy. The gun was supposed to be legit, right? Such a big, impactful moment, too. Oh, shit. Damn, man, that's savage.
Mr. Wells has passed. Where shall I take his remains?
What?
The Excelsior package provides for the disposal of passenger remains free of charge.
Shit.
I merely require a destination.
Give me a sec, will you?
Feud chip wasn't visible. Okay. Oh shit. I think that's Keanu.
Where shall I take them?
We want to be with his family.
Mr. Wells's closest blood relative is Guadalupe Alejandra Wells, proprietress of the El Coyote Coho Bar.
Chuck him in a dumpster.
I will make sure to deliver him safely. Mr. Deshawn awaits you in room number 204.
I don't know if I should have sent him somewhere better than that, to be fair. Maybe I should. Oh, maybe I should have sent him to a doctor's. I should have sent him to one of the doctors because maybe they could have made him alive again.
Seeing the major leagues, Jack.
Shit, yeah, I wish I'd sent him to Vic. I wish I'd sent him to Vic now. I feel like a dummy for not doing that. It didn't help. Okay, that's good at least. Okay, thanks for letting me know that. That would have been annoying if I would have been able to save Jackie. Oh yeah, I've got too much shit on me. Hang on, I'm over encumbered. My carry capacity cannot handle this shit. Probably because I got a lot of guns. Okay. That'll do for now. Right, now we can actually walk and stuff. Didn't happen to me too. I don't think you can throw stuff out now. Also, salvage, don't drop. Yeah, I dismantled all that stuff. Yeah, I don't throw anything on the floor, or I haven't thrown anything on the floor at least. That was his favourite taquito. I think we just found as well there. Such a sad day. Fuck you. You weren't there to save him.
Be friends.
No.
Close friends.
Okay. We'll avoid him. Hey, stuff. Power slide! Oh shit, missed my door. Hello? Won't give him any time. What's Blade?
WNS.
What the fuck is that? Just a shower?
Even the pirate networks. You blowing up everywhere. And the Jackster, he out in the car.
Yeah, he's there. Dead.
Gonna wash this shit off me. Why would you keep your towel in the shower?
Condolences, friend. And the relic.
I suppose I'll give it to him.
Mr. V?
I'm thinking whether or not I should be honest to you. I'm sorry, buddy. Yeah, fuck it.
Got it right here.
I was afraid of that.
What?
We lost T-Bug as well, didn't we?
Dead. You got any notion of the shit you pulled me into?
I didn't kill him.
You off the fucking Emperor.
I didn't do that shit.
His Majesty.
That was his son.
Anyone with so much as a pinky toe dipped in this mess is as good as dead.
You're the one who got us into this mess. Let's start with your prep work. You had no idea Saburo Arasaka'd be at the hotel.
I don't have access to his personal fucking schedule.
I do.
Besides,
Yeah, I knew it.
Nobody
I mean,
asked you to
jeez.
kill the old man.
That wasn't us.
No shit. Tell that to the soccer ninjas they send after you.
I will. Where's that rattling, man? You got a can ghost somewhere?
Alright, settle down. Gotta
You settle down.
about this.
I don't have to be shit.
Parker, Eddie's. Then we leave the city limits behind. But first, your face. Got blood all over it.
Mm-hmm.
Bathroom's there. Go
It's
get
not-
yourself cleaned up.
Dude, that's not a bathroom. Oh, hang on. This is a bathroom. If he's waiting out there with a gun for me or some shit. Blood on your face. Big disgrace. Smash that mirror into place. Fuck that dude's mirror. We'll wash our face a little bit now, though. You punched the mirror too? Nice. Fuck his mirror. He didn't really seem that bothered that our buddy had died for him. Oh, where did you come from, Blade? Blade? Oh, is this because I punched a mirror? Blade, come on now. Don't make me get Whistler.
Can't risk it, V. Remember our first convo?
I'll fucking
Seems
kill
I've
you.
chosen the quiet life after all. No blaze of glory for me.
Oh, shit. Well, shit. Fatal error. Oh, they're the worst. And roll intro credits after 8 hours. Shit. There it is, the title card. Interlude end. I thought you said, oh.
Hey.
At least you think. Well, it said interlude there, but our hands looked different there. That looked very much like we had a very different robot hand.
Hey.
You alright?
Never been better.
I know that
Sure
voice.
don't look it.
Right, okay, so yeah, this feels like it's the start of the next chapter, right? Yeah, like you're saying. That's definitely Keanu Reeves that we are right there, though. That's badass, though. I know you said you were literally just saying, just go down the corridor for a bit. Okay, let's do that quick. Oh, I didn't actually save that. Let me still save it. Sweet.
I can't let you on! Hey, we're chill!
There's that beautiful bastard. Yeah, the reveal's cool. That's it, that is it. That's what I thought it probably was. Fair. I'll say I won't resave it. I'll leave it there, because then next time we start, we'll do the reveal for anybody who didn't see. But cool. Fuck me. We're gonna quit the game there. I don't think there's enough for a giveaway at the moment. If the 3 people were here to do exclamation mark jam quick, we'll do that. But I think I'm gonna put up the ending screen for now anyway, because I am so tired. I'm gonna go collapse.